hour. Higher gusts possible. Tonight, mostly clear. Lows drop to 58. Winds turn to the west-northwest, 5 to 15. Higher gusts remain possible. Wednesday, sunny. Highs warm into the upper 70s to near 80. Winds west-northwest again, 5 to 15. And again, higher gusts possible. And then Wednesday night, mostly clear skies, diminishing winds, and lows fall back to 51. This is Phil Jensko with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. 68.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
And a good morning to you. Welcome to another edition of the Art Lewis Show from my Saginaw Spirit home studio on this Tuesday morning. We're going to have a couple of hours of open phones, but I'm going to hold off just for a little bit here because we're going to start out talking about something we've talked about a lot on this show over the years, and that's electric vehicles. A couple of stories in the news, actually. The first one, LG and Honda are going to make EV batteries together. And guess what? They're going to do it here in the United States. And there was another story about self-driving cars that are a thing of the future, but is that future right around the corner? Of course, we all know there are some cars out there that claim some self-driving features. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. What's it like to own EVs? How does it change the way you look at your automobile? Well, I've asked a friend of mine to join me this morning because he happens to have a couple of Teslas in his stable. And we say good morning to Tom Lawler. Tom, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art. Nice talking to you.
Well, thanks for joining us on very short notice. I called him about 10 minutes ago and said, Tom, I want to talk about your EVs. All right, so let's start out with you own two Teslas, right?
Well, before we start there, congratulations, Art, for being selected in the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
you
thank
certainly
you.
deserve it, and Saginaw is lucky to have you.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks, my friend. So,
well, to answer your question, I own one Tesla. I bought a Tesla in 2016, an S, and I kept it until they got the mileage up higher. My S back then was giving me 220 charge, and my current one gives me 300 miles for charge.
So we've actually seen improvements in battery range, right?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Now
300 is a magic number for me because of Detroit.
Well, yeah, me too. But I'm kind of thinking more like 400 or 500 to tell you the truth. but I have to ask. You had the Tesla S for a long time, and you let me drive that car a couple of years ago, and it was breakneck then. What's your new one like? Which model do you have now?
Oh, I have the Plaid, which is it's the fastest, but if you know me, I don't drive fast, so I haven't driven this one fast, but the Plaid is crazy fast.
Well, this is the one that does 0 to 60 in sub 2 seconds, doesn't it? I mean, this is a fast car.
It does. This will dead stop. It'll throw your head back against the seat. But an interesting thing, I found an abandoned road with the S. Got in there, floored it. It throws your head back to the seat, but then after you're at speed, it keeps accelerating, but you don't feel the acceleration in your body.
Yeah.
And then it has it caps off at 135. It's a, what do they call that, Art, where you
governed.
You can't go any faster.
It's governed.
Yeah.
And is the new one the same, the Plaid?
I haven't done it with it.
Good. That's good, Tom. That's good, Tom. So let me ask from a driver's standpoint, did it change your driving habits because you now own an EV? How did it change?
Yes. Well, one habit, safety is one thing. When I'm driving down the road and I put my blinker on, I always look in my mirrors, of course. But with the Plaid, you have cameras all around the car. So say you put your right blinker on, it shows behind, and it shows the side of the, shows you more than your mirror could ever show you. So it's considerably safer that way. And driving habits, I love hopping in that car over any other car. It drives so smooth. I don't know if that's a function of the electricity.
Yeah. Now, let me ask, you say you have 300-mile range right now with this new one. Is that before you turn on the AC and before you turn on the radio and all the equipment you might want to turn on? Or is that?
I hear people talking about I don't. I generally just drive this car in the area or to Detroit and back. I'm sure they all have drains on those, all the other things.
Yeah,
I'm sure they do.
So let me understand now. You this Plaid, you can drive to Detroit and back without charging when you're in Detroit. Then you got enough mileage and range on it to make it.
Yes. The scary thing for me with the S is when I'd go to Detroit, they'd have charging stations in the malls and places like that, but you didn't know if they had enough of them. Now, when you travel through the country, they have charging stations, and on your screen in the car, you can find out where the charging stations are, how many cars are at each station, how many minutes they're waiting for the charge. I think traveling across country would be really easy.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, charging it, you have a charger in your garage, right?
Yes, in my garage. Yes, I do.
Did you have to change that for the new one, or did the old charger still work on the new one?
Well, 5 hours for a full charge, and I just come home at night every other day. Yeah, easy. Yeah.
So Tesla doesn't have traditional dealers like we're used to. How do you buy a Tesla, and where do you get it serviced if you need it serviced?
That's a funny story. The first one I bought, you pay for the Tesla like you're on Amazon, buying a book on Amazon.
Yeah, right.
Anxiety when you push a button to pay that kind of money, you don't see a face.
Yeah,
that was funny. But no, they have dealerships, as you said, in the Detroit area. You deal with the people there. They're so good, informative. They tell you all what's going on. You call California, they tell you. It's just a change for me. The first one was very nervous. The second one is just nothing. It's just a change. It's a new way of life.
All right, so let's talk about the self-driving features. How much self-driving is incorporated in the new Plaid?
I love to drive, so I don't do much self-driving, but give you a real-life example. On Midland Road, how it curves.
Uh-huh.
If I have a friend, like if you drove with me,
right,
we'd drive up Midland Road.
Yeah, we did that with the S.
I'd wait for a bend in the road. I'd wait for traffic coming the other way, and then I'd pass the car. So I'd get behind the car in front of me, look behind, make sure there's no one coming, put my left blinker on, hands off, feet off the pedals, and would slowly go into the next lane and keep going. Cars coming at you the other way, curving and everything, and this myself.
Do you think the day is going to come when either this Tesla or your next one will have autonomous capabilities and you'd use it?
I fully believe they have it now. They just haven't turned it on. And the answer is sure, I would use it. I remember, and you probably do too, the first cruise control that you drove.
Sure.
I remember telling the dealer we're driving, I don't know about this. Go ahead, trust me. Okay, it's your car. And I turned it on. I was scared. Same thing here.
And now you have adaptive cruise control, and it keeps you within speed and everything. It is amazing.
Something, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I have an idea that's not just my idea that'll solve everybody's battery anxiety. Is that I do believe in the near future they're going to have photovoltaic, if that's the right word.
Photovoltaic.
Paint, and they'll paint the car that way.
Oh.
The sun will recharge the car. You will never charge a car again in your life.
That's
my.
That's an interesting idea. You ought to patent that. Come on, Tom. You're a lawyer. Get with it. But there are. There are photovoltaic roofs that adjust with the sun and everything.
But they'll have paint. They probably have it now.
Listen, that's quite an idea, because once you have I often wondered why they didn't figure out how to put some kind of solar panel incorporated into the roof line of the car where you could have a certain amount of charge. See, to me, and of course you have an EV, but to me the ideal car is mostly EV, but with a hybrid backup, so that if I went to Detroit and I didn't have enough to get home, the little generator would provide me enough juice to get home. I'm chicken when it comes to being totally dependent on not having a backup source.
I understand totally, but and I've come back to home where I had like 1 mile left.
Whoa!
Anxiety. It's battery anxiety.
Well, could you feel that? I mean, could you feel the car not performing up to its peak because it's conserving electricity?
No.
You don't. Interesting.
I didn't.
So it's all or nothing.
All or nothing. And I'm of the other school. I think it's all electric. I wouldn't want to take up any more room with another system in there.
Now the new Plaid is smaller than your S, isn't it?
I don't think it is. Oh, going back to batteries, there's something that they might have this out there. I'm not sure, but and I would be for this. Have an auxiliary battery. Say like the current batteries in cars. Put that in your trunk. If for some reason you run out of juice, just attach that to 2 wires. Get you to a charging station. You're fine.
I'd have a dashboard switch or something that I could automatically just switch over. Yeah.
That's
some kind of backup. I feel more confident that way, So no regrets. You've enjoyed the EVs. Obviously, you bought another one, so it must be something you like. And,
I love it. The repairs are minimal. There's nothing to repair. Or you don't put oil in it. Nothing like that.
There's no service.
Here's another fun thing. When I get up in the morning and I get out of turn the car on. You turn the car on by stepping on the brake, and then you step on the brake again. It automatically goes in reverse. If I'm parked with someone behind me, I step on the brake twice. It goes in forward. No,
really
switching it around. Yeah.
Well, does the new S have a big center video screen does the new Plaid have a video screen like the S did?
It does. It just is still horizontally as opposed to vertically.
And there's really no mechanical buttons in a Tesla, are there? Not many, anyway.
I believe it's only there's the glove box, and let's see if there's any others. I don't think so. No.
Of course, your turn signal is a standard on the column, but everything else is nope.
No, there's no column thing. This you'll like this, Art. It's all in the steering wheel.
Oh,
it's left thumb, and the new steering wheel, the rectangle steering wheel, not the round one.
Oh, really? Huh.
I was afraid I wouldn't get used to that. I love it.
No kidding.
You know what I'm talking about, the steering wheel?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Sure. It's more of a racing style.
My wife likes it because it makes me keep 2 hands on the wheel.
All right, Tom, look, I want to thank you for spending a little time with us this morning and talking about your experience with EVs. Appreciate it, my friend.
Nice talking to you, Art.
Tom, thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
Right.
Bye.
So there you are, folks. I thought we'd start with somebody who owns some of these EVs, and we'll talk a little more about it after the break here on the Art Lewis Show on WSGW.
Are you ready for retirement? Well, Jason and Carl Kreiderman with Great Lakes Investment Advisors have a new book that can help make retiring easier and empower your retirement. They talk about how a well-thought-out financial plan can make the difference between just surviving and thriving in retirement. Using everyday language, this book explores how a simple process can help you cover all the bases of your financial life, including how taxes can affect your retirement and much more. Your finances are too important to leave to chance. Empower Your Retirement is written to help you understand the must-dos to prepare for the retirement you desire. Get your free copy of Empower Your Retirement by calling 989-8... That's 989-848-1188. And for more on retirement planning, tune into Jason and Carl's radio show, Your Financial Empower Hour, every Sunday morning at 8. Firm provides insurance services, investment advisory services offered by Great Lakes Investment Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor firm in the state of Michigan. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. By your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON info.com.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Sales declined at Best Buy in recent months. Spending on computers and other home electronics jumped early in the pandemic, but now that's apparently over. Best Buy's comparable sales declined more than 12% from a year ago. It also expects to see weaker sales for the entire year. Tesla's CEO Elon Musk is making another attempt to get out of buying Twitter, this time citing complaints made by the Twitter whistleblower. He says published allegations include claims of far-reaching Twitter. Arizona-based First Solar, the largest U.S. solar panel maker, expects to spend more than $1 billion to boost manufacturing. It's anticipating increased demand because of recently passed climate legislation. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Janiko Solda, invested in you.
Now is the time to diversify your investments with gold and silver to protect your retirement. Hi, it's Lisa Booth for Bishop Gold Group. Bishop Gold Group sells physical gold and silver delivered to your door or put directly in your IRA. Call Bishop Gold Group and tell them Lisa Booth sent you to receive a silver gift on your first order. Dial pound 250 from your mobile phone and mention keyword Bishop Gold or go to bishopgoldgroup.com. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dialed text message from Bishop Gold Group.
Struggling with CPAP? Now there's Inspire, the only FDA sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to treat the root cause of sleep apnea with just the click of a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Visit inspiresleep.com to learn more.
This is a test. WSGW is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency alert system on WSGW. Equipment that can quickly warn you during emergencies is being tested. WSGW serves Saginaw, Bay, and Midland counties, along with the surrounding area. This concludes this test of the emergency alert. GW. Your home for Michigan Wolverines football is WSGW. The defending Big Ten champions are ready to prove that last year was not a fluke.
He's going to go down the sideline. Blake Corum, touchdown Michigan. Donovan Edwards on the wheel route at the midfield stripe. At the 5, touchdown Michigan. He's in the end zone. Pick 6. DJ Turner.
The season kicks off against the Colorado State Rams at the Big House on Saturday, September 3rd. Game day coverage at 11 a.m. with kickoff at noon on 790 News Radio WSGW. The history. 2, 1, listen to 106,000 fans. The tradition.
Haskins scores.
the memories.
And he fires toward the end zone. Touchdown! Mario Manningham! And Michigan will win!
Michigan football is all you.
There has to be. We are in the middle. A new center. Moving to the middle. Where people in the middle can work together.
I am right in the middle of it. And I cannot tell you how happy I am to speak with you.
News coverage on WSGW.
All right, we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW for this Tuesday morning. Open phones at 989-752-6111. Chatting a little bit about electric vehicles. And I've asked this question before, too. What would it take to get you to buy an electric vehicle? Now, I have my criteria. I'd be interested to see what yours is. Right now, if you buy a qualified electric vehicle, you can get a $7,500 tax credit. There are, of course, as I said, qualifications. One of them is that the car has to be powered by a North American-made battery, and 40% of the materials in that battery have to be mined in the U.S. EVs, according to a Detroit area consulting firm, will be 5.6% of the U.S. new vehicle sales this year, up to more than 36% by 2030. It's the wave of the future, whether we like it or not. Look at what California's done now. They've passed a law, although I don't know how well it's going to be enforced, but they've passed a law that says that after a date certain, I think it's 2030 or something like that, no gas-powered cars can be sold in California. And remember, I've said all along, day is going to come, we're going to be forced to buy EVs if we want a new vehicle. You won't be able to find petrol cars. You'd have to buy used ones. And California has allowed you to do that at the end of the, when this law takes effect, when the new petrol cars are banned from California, you will still be able to buy used ones. So everybody will be about buying year-old cars. You can imagine what the price is going to be on those. For me, I don't have a problem with electric cars as a concept. My problem is in the limited range. We just talked to Tom Lawler about it. He gets 300 miles on his new Tesla Plaid model, enough to get to Detroit and back. I need a cushion. I need a little more than that 300. I'd like to see 500 or 600, but I would take 450 if I could get it. I've driven EVs, and the experience has actually been very nice. I drove Tom's Model S when he had it. I've driven an Audi e-tron from Thalen, and also from Thalen, a Volkswagen ID4. And they were both very good experiences with no problems whatsoever. It takes a little adjusting. You have to be careful how you use the accelerator pedal, because if you're a lead foot, you could lose it real easy. But I found it to be a wonderful driving experience. They also have regenerative braking. And if you use the levers on, for example, the steering wheel to slow down, for example, if you're going to stop at a stoplight, and don't hit the brakes until the last minute, but allow the car's motors to reverse and regenerate into the battery, you can actually extend a little bit the life of the battery. The nicest feature is you don't have to have them serviced. Nothing. There's no plugs to change. There's no oil to change. I would assume that there's probably some lubrication zerts underneath the car, but maybe not. Maybe they're sealed systems. I don't know that. That I don't know. So the question is, what would it take for you to buy an EV? All right, we're going to take a break, come back, and we'll get to our first caller right after these notes.
Want to pay less for gas? Stop at any one of your local 26 Forward Shell convenience stores where you'll save at least 5 cents a gallon on every fill-up with Shell Fuel Rewards. Earn even more cents off when you make purchases in-store on some of your favorite snacks and drinks. Stack the savings, and you can regularly save 10, 20, 30 cents or more off each gallon of gas. That's Fuel Rewards and your area Forward Shell convenience stores. And remember, when you want to pay less at the pump, go forward.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't hurt with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
TrackPhone wants to know, are you an influencer, a big live streamer? No? And guess what? You don't need an endless data plan. Get just the right amount of data with TrackPhone's $40 unlimited talk and text smartphone plan. Now with 8 gigs of high-speed data and unlimited carryover on America's largest, most dependable network, now with 5G. Get the data you want. TrackPhone Wireless. Now you're in control. Available at major retailers. 5G compatible device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at trackphone.com.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Identity theft shows no sign of slowing down. In fact, more than $14 billion stolen last year. That's a criminal success story and a wake-up call. If to steal your identity, LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, LifeLock will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save 25% on their first year of protection with promo code BACK at LifeLock.com. LifeLock.com, promo code BACK.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes. EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
If you have a small business, Staples has your sign.
Banners for my bakery?
Staples has your sign.
Oh, posters for my new pet store.
Floor decals for a pharmacy.
Every day, Staples associates help every kind of small business create bold signs to make big impressions. And now get $10 off custom signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. This is your sign, so print it big at Staples. Ends 10/1. Visit staplesconnect.com/thisisyoursign for details.
This is the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios of WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW talking about EVs, and Al is in Midland. Al, good morning. Hello, Al. There you are. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir. Hey, I drive a hybrid and it has gas and electric.
Yep.
And you're right. When you step on the gas pedal with a hybrid, even with a hybrid, it's instantaneous.
Yeah, if you're in electric mode, yes.
You well, it runs right off the bat on electric until you get up to once you get moving, then it switches over to the gas for your power and the rest of the travel time. But if you're in the driveway or just moving in a parking spot, it's on the electric motor most of the time. It's the one thing is it's scary. It's scary how quiet it is.
Yeah.
And I understand the visually impaired folks and, you know, that kind of stuff. They don't know you're moving. They can't even tell it. They can't tell you're moving.
Right. Right.
That's the one thing that scares me about it. And
well, what would it take, Al, to move you to a full electric, or would you?
I want to see the same things you do. I want to see the gas mileage distance or the mileage improved distance on the battery charge, and I want to see the cost come down.
Yeah.
And the cost has got to come down a lot. It's got to come down lower than what you can't raise the price on the fuel for the gas to get it to come out so that it's an even playing field. You've got to get the price on the battery, on the electric, so that it's down lower than what the fossil fuel vehicles are.
Which eventually, although I don't know that they'll be lower than fossil, but I imagine they'll be comparable to our petrol cars today. But yes, the price needs to come down, and that will happen as more and more of them come onto the market, you know, and the manufacturers start building more and more of them. That price will come down, but I don't see it happening. 5 years.
Yeah, I don't see that happening in my lifetime.
I do see it in my lifetime, but I don't know that I'll be in a position where I'll want to buy one by then because there won't be much of my lifetime left. But I think the price is going to moderate maybe in the next 5 to 10 years. Now, having said that, we've already heard from Ford, for example. They're raising the prices on both their Lightning truck and their EMAC Mark, the Mustang electric version, because of the cost of batteries and the raw materials going into the batteries. So that's going to have to come into play too.
Hey, when I look at the electric cars, and I'm going to take California for example. What do they got? 40,000, something like that. 40 million. They got 40 million vehicles out there that are gas fuel powered. What are they going to do? Replace those with all electric? They can't even supply. They can't even supply electricity to folks out there during the heat waves for the air conditioning.
Well, it's going to be gradual.
Get it to charge all these vehicles, these 40 million that they're going to replace. I don't see that happening.
They're going to have to come up with alternative power supplies. There's no doubt about it. And
the peanut butters hit the fan on Vermont and several, I think it's 13 other states that paled up with California's same fuel, the electric vehicle stuff. They wanted to pal up and be in the same boat. And so they said, well, we're going to follow California's lead.
Yeah, they haven't yet, though.
Now they're screaming and jumping up and down because they don't want to follow California. But the problem is they aren't going to change the electors up there until 2023 or something. So they've got another whole year of this going on.
Well, that's the way life goes. I mean, I
hear you.
I don't think we're going to see a lot of states fall in line to California right away. There may be some come down the line, but I don't think everybody's going to jump on that bandwagon right away.
No, but
I think they're going to want to know that the EVs are stable and reliable enough to replace the market.
But it's either 16 or 19 states that are following California's lead on this.
Yeah, but they haven't done it yet.
All of a sudden, a whole bunch of these want to back out. They don't want anything to do with this.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
So that tells me something, too.
Yeah.
And you've got Germany over there. They're starting up their coal plants, their coal electric plants again.
Yep. All right.
So are we stupid to be shutting down coal plants? I think we are. I think we're really stupid.
I think there's enough. I think there's enough cleansing methods on the stack emissions that they're not as objectionable as they used to be. So
I don't like the idea that we're using natural gas to generate electricity either, because that competes with the heating furnace setups.
Well, everything does,
and the cooking.
Well, everything does,
and so that's not a fair. That's not a fair thing either. If we bring coal back on, we're not competing against other forms of heat sources.
All right, good enough.
So I think that's a particularly stupid thing consumers is.
Well,
now I guess
they're not the only ones.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm not the only one.
No,
well,
they're not the only ones
there,
either.
sir.
All right,
Thank
Al.
you very much.
You bet. Take care. Bye-bye now. Lines open for you, 989-752-6111.
When a life-saving drug like insulin costs just a few dollars to make, it shouldn't cost you $1,000 to buy it over the counter. This is Congressman Dan Kildee. I introduced the Affordable Insulin Act to cap the cost of insulin at $35 a month, and I took on Big Pharma to get that bill passed in the House. In Congress, I'll keep working to lower all prescription drug costs to save you money.
Paid for by the House of Representatives.
Hi, this is Jessica. Do you currently have an auto lease coming due? Have you been thinking about whether or not you should keep your current lease vehicle and are worried about current dealership inventory? Don't let the thought of searching for a new car stress you out. United Financial is here to help you. You can take advantage of our auto lease buyout loan and continue driving your current vehicle. Plus, enjoy 90 days of no payments, low rates, and a gas card when you finance your current lease vehicle with United Financial Credit Union. See how we put you first at United Financial? And contact us today to learn more, and we can keep you on the road in your current vehicle.
Apply. See Credit Union for details. Federally insured by the NCUA.
We're where you work, where you live. United Financial Credit Union. Serving the Valley community.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one an online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. 6681.
Michigan workers can outcompete anyone, but we have to ensure they have a level playing field. This is Dan Kildee. And I passed bipartisan legislation to boost American manufacturing and make more things in Michigan. We shouldn't have to rely on China for critical components like semiconductors. In Congress, I'll keep standing up for Michigan workers and small businesses.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
WSGW online poll, football 2022, the kickoff. Michigan spectacular last season, winning the Big Ten championship, finishing 12-2. Michigan State impressive, winning the Peach Bowl, finishing 11-2. Lions only won 3 games, but did beat 2 playoff teams later in the year, Green Bay and Atlanta. Can Michigan and Michigan State continue great, gutsy, gridiron play? Will the Lions' appearance on HBO's Hard Knocks become hardcore football? Poll question, what team do you predict to win the most games this season? Wolverines, Spartans, Lions, all 3 will tie? Or you can choose the Wolverines and Spartans, the Wolverines and Lions, or the Spartans Lions. Make your choice by going to WSGW.com, scrolling on the homepage, clicking on the poll box, and making your vote.
You would always think, hey, the Lions play more games, right?
Yeah, never in all the years that we have done this poll.
Could that change?
Could this be the year?
The Morning Team Show, weekdays 5:30 till 9 on WSGW.
All right, back with you on the Art Lewis Show. open lines for the remainder of the program right up to 11 o'clock. Give us a call, whatever's on your mind. We've been talking about EVs, but we're going to move on to a number of other things. But I just want to finish up with the EV discussion, because the announcement by LG and Honda to join forces to build batteries in the United States is good news for the U.S. There are, from what I understand now, about 10 different battery plants that are going to be built in the U.S. General Motors, Ford, Hyundai, a number of others, because they expect the demand to go up. And there are also interesting co-efforts between auto companies. For example, Honda is working with General Motors to co-develop electric vehicles, including a Honda and Acura SUV. And they expect those to go on sale like in 2024 for the Honda and soon after the Acura. So strange bedfellows, maybe not. But it's something that we're going to be talking about for a long time. Electric vehicles are more, I see more and more of them all the time on the road. I've seen a lot more Teslas. For a while, the early years, maybe 3-4 years ago, you didn't see many Teslas around here. Well, Tom had one, Tom Lawler, who we talked to earlier. And there were a few others around, but you didn't see many of them. And when we would go east to visit my wife's relatives in Reading, Pennsylvania, and I would head down to Philadelphia, take Amtrak into New York City. On the way down, along the turnpike going into Philadelphia, there were Teslas everywhere. The people that were commuting to work from the suburbs, there were a lot of Teslas. It was not unusual to be behind a couple of them at a time. And it occurred to me that people in the cities where you don't drive 150 miles each way, you're only going maybe 15, 20 miles each way, these were the ideal solutions. They didn't have to worry about gasoline. They didn't have to worry about charging the car every night. They could get a lot of days out of it. But they were everywhere. Literally, they were everywhere. Now you see a lot more of them even around here. Mark is in Saginaw, so let's say hi to Mark. Morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you, sir?
Good.
Hey, with all this talk of EVs and charging stations and stuff like that, what to happen, which is I don't see any of them out right now. I see plenty of tow trucks to give people jumps in the wintertime for that 19 volts. However, I don't see any tow trucks that have charging capabilities like quick or EV vehicles. It's an opportunity for somebody to invent a charging truck that goes around and charges EVs for quick charges when they're not able to get
I
going.
love it. I wonder if AAA will include that service in their in their road service. That's an interesting point. I don't know if there are any tow trucks capable of jump starting or giving you a quick charge that'll get you off the road anyway. I don't know if, for example, I don't know where you'd put them. I don't know if there are hookups where you could hook up a pair of charging cables to one of these cars. Probably not, I guess. I don't know. That's interesting. That's a very interesting observation.
My thing would be just have lithiums on the trucks, and then just like you would go to a charging station, just have those hookups and maybe have the plug on each side. So you could do,
yeah, that's an interesting idea.
Or something, just $70 to charge it or whatever. I don't know what the going rate is, but
you have a charging truck. Huh.
Yeah,
that's a clever idea. It's a clever idea. Sorry you talked about it on the radio. You could have patented it.
Oh, what do they got? That Detroit idea or whatever? Start up a business.
There you go. There you go.
Somebody.
There you go.
Alrighty, sir.
Hey, good enough, Mark. Thanks. Bye-bye. What an interesting idea. A lithium-ion battery tow truck that can plug into your EV if you run out of juice, give you a quick charge to give you, another 40, 50 miles of driving ability to get you off the road and maybe get you home. I like that idea. That's pretty clever, actually. All right, we'll take a break, come back, close up this hour.
How did hiring the right person become so difficult? Well, it doesn't have to be. Alpha Digital already has targeted databases built to very qualified candidates that are just looking for the right opportunity. That allows you to target exactly who you're trying to reach with a budget that is customized just for you. Learn about all the possibilities by going to alphamediadigital.com today. Find your next star employee with alphamediadigital.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for Johnson's Pumpkin Farm in Saginaw. With this deal, you are getting a $50 gift certificate for only $25. You can explore the corn maze, get some cider, and don't forget about the donuts. Get ready for Halloween this year by picking out the perfect pumpkin for your next jack-o'-lantern. Head over to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender 401-6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com 401-6681 for free advice on your situation. 1-6681.
You have the chance to win $1,000 and $1,000 for your favorite school or charity. It's the WSGW Back to School Contest. To play, simply visit WSGW.com and click on the Back to School Contest box. You can enter up to once per day with bonus entry opportunities too. Deadline to enter is August 31st. Winner determined by random drawing. $1,000 for your favorite school or charity. The Back to School Contest at WSGW.com.
The WSGW Morning Team Show. Weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
All right, that puts the first hour of the Art Lewis Show to rest. We'll be back with you during the 10 o'clock hour. It'll be all open phones, whatever you'd like to talk about. That will be coming up following the news. The news, of course, from CBS. National and international report. We'll have the local news bringing you up to date on the region and the state of Michigan. And then I'll be back with you right after the news with more open phones on this Tuesday morning. Talk to you then.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The water.
Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves with an urgent message for people in Jackson after heavy rainfall damaged a water treatment plant.
The city cannot produce enough water to fight fires, to reliably flush toilets, and to meet other critical needs.
It means kids are home from school learning virtually until further notice. Reeves has called in the National Guard. 1 year ago today, American troops left Afghanistan, ending a 20-year war, the longest in U.S. history. CBS's Imtiaz Taya went to Kabul, where he spoke to a former Afghan interpreter for U.S. troops. He's in hiding and can't leave.
We filmed on smartphones so as not to draw the Taliban's attention to his location.
Always called me American spy. They're still searching for me to find me. Yeah. And why do they call you an American spy? Because I was a translator for 3 years for the U.S. Air Force's.
A retired Marine freed in a prisoner swap with Russia is speaking about two other Americans hoping to come home. Correspondent Vicki Barker.
Trevor Reed spent 985 days in detention in Russia, telling CBS Mornings much of it spent in filthy cells, served poor, sometimes rotten food with little or no medical attention. His advice to fellow Americans Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan:
just know that people supporting you back here at home, and that, the highest levels of the U.S. government are attempting to get you out.
A woman with dementia has died after she was served dishwashing liquid instead of juice at a senior citizens home near San Francisco. The facility is cooperating with investigators. California lawmakers have passed a first-of-its-kind bill supporting fast food workers. It would create a government panel to set wages for employees at places like In-N-Out and McDonald's. Chris Holden authored the legislation.
So many times we focus on those that are at the higher end of the pyramid, but these are the folks who kind of keep things going and prove to be essential. So making sure that the workplace was safe, making sure that they weren't having their wages stolen from them.
Hourly wages would begin as high as $22 an hour. A repeat at the Oscars? Oh, wow! Chris Rock says no way. The Arizona Republic says he told a Phoenix comedy show the Academy asked him, but it would be like returning to the scene of the crime after he was slugged by Will Smith following that joke about his wife Jada's alopecia at this year's awards. Dow down 16. This is CBS News.
When you think of hiring, think of Indeed. Their end-to-end hiring system. You and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Summer is here, the perfect time to save some money. Why would you pay full price when you know that you can save at RocketGrabPlus.com? You can check out all of our deals going on right now from Tri-City Motor Speedway, One Up Games and Repairs, JB's Market in Munger, Norrie's of Auburn, Daylight Outfitters, and more. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
And now, bedtime. If sleep apnea and CPAP struggles are ruining your sleep, Inspire may work for you. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to help you sleep peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Learn more at inspiresleep.com.
Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible sale price. That's right. Start saving money every month on renting space from others. Just call 877-25-STEEL to see how General Steel can help you save money. Our 50-year structural warranty buildings are custom designed for your needs and save you a ton of money. Call 877-25-STEEL.
Take it from a successful entrepreneur. If you need to expand or start a new business, you need General Steel.
Great team and the competitive pricing is the reason I went with General Steel.
Call 877-25-STEEL now, and you can get any of our popular quick construction structures, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building, fast and easy. Call 877. That's 877-257-8335. 877-25-STEEL.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom. This is WSGW News.
72 degrees at 10:05. Good morning. I'm Ann Williams. Consumers Energy crews worked through the night to restore nearly 40,000 customers after yesterday's storms knocked down trees, limbs, and power lines in 37 counties in the state's lower peninsula. The energy provider will have more than 350 crews restoring electric service, and today's dry and hazard-free weather conditions are favorable for restoration efforts. The energy provider expects the majority of customers to be restored by tomorrow. In Midland County, just over 800 outages remain, with 260 reported in Saginaw County. Restoration times can vary depending on the extent of damage. Customers can report an outage and check the status of an outage by visiting consumersenergy.com/outage center. During Monday night's meeting, the Saginaw City Council heard from their American Rescue Plan Act committee, as well as from community members of funds in the city. WSGW's Jonathan Dent reports.
The report itself outlines how community leaders from around the city think $26 million in funding should be allocated between several different areas like youth development, grocery store investment, a new behavioral health clinic, and more. Many public commenters voiced their disappointment with the recommendations. City council members, along with city manager Tim Morales, made it clear that the report only gave recommendations and that the final judgment on spending. To some, like Danita Dorsey of the Community Alliance for the People, this was welcome news.
As many council members stated tonight, they have the final say. And so that's the only reason that I'm still here, showing up, still coming to meetings, still making my voice heard, because it's not finished yet. So I'm definitely optimistic. I definitely have hope for this community because we still have the power to make our voice heard and we still have a chance.
The council now begins the process of sorting through 409 different which ones will receive funding and how much. Jonathan Dent, News Radio 100.5 and 790.
WSGW News Time is 10:07. Some Midland residents had to deal with no water yesterday after a water main valve failure. Midland County Emergency Management shut down the main to conduct repairs. The issue affected residents in the areas of 7 Mile, Love, and Cole Roads, Genzel and Airway Drive, and Tittabawassee Street. Water service was quickly restored. More details about an officer-involved shooting in Bangor Township have been released. Bay County Sheriff's deputies responded to the Bangor Downs townhouses Sunday morning around 3:25 for reports of gunshots coming from an apartment. When police arrived, they found a 27-year-old woman had been shot and killed. An 18-year-old still inside the apartment. Police say the man pointed a gun at the deputies. One of the deputies shot the suspect. Police immediately rendered medical aid to the man, who died from his injuries at a local hospital. The deputy who shot the suspect is on administrative leave as per department regulations, while the Michigan State Police conduct an investigation into the incident. WSGW News Time is 10:08.
Are you ready for retirement? Well, Jason and Carl Kreiderman with Great Lakes Investment Advisors have a new book that can help make retiring easier. In Empower Your Retirement, they talk about how a well-thought-out financial plan can make the difference and thriving in retirement. Using everyday language, this book explores how a simple process can help you cover all the bases of your financial life, including how taxes can affect your retirement and much more. Your finances are too important to leave to chance. Empower Your Retirement is written to help you understand the must-dos to prepare for the retirement you desire. Get your free copy of Empower Your Retirement by calling 989-848-1188. That's 989-848-1188. And for more on retirement planning, tune into Jason and Carl's radio show, Your Financial Empower Hour, every Sunday morning at 8. Firm provides insurance services, investment advisory services offered by Great Lakes Investment Advisor firm in the state of Michigan. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
WSGW News Time is 10:09. A 39-year-old man is facing several felony charges after the body of a 16-month-old boy was found in a ditch in Genesee County Thursday. Police were sent to the 9400 block of North Moorish Road in Montrose Township around 1:30 and discovered the body. The investigation led to the arrest of the suspect, who faces charges of felony murder, first-degree child abuse, concealing the death of a person, and third offense domestic violence. The man has not been named as his formal arraignment is pending. Team One Credit Union, Jolt Credit Union, and Dig Deep Race Events are sponsoring a 5K run walk on Wednesday, September 21st in downtown Saginaw. Proceeds will benefit the Saginaw VA Medical Center. The event will start at the Jolt Credit Union Event Park with a course that runs along the Saginaw River to Ojibwe Island. Participants will receive a T-shirt, finisher medal, 2 wine tastings if 21 or older, and a wine glass. There will also be appetizers and entertainment. For more information or to register for the race, visit digdeepraces.com and click on the 5K Wine Run tab. When you see news happening, call the WSGW Newsroom 752-0798. Coming up on 10:11, I'm Ann Williams.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. We'll see a few spotty showers and thunderstorms possible late today. Otherwise, a blend of clouds and sunshine develops, a high around 80. Winds out of the west around 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 25. Then for tonight, mostly clear skies, a low around 58. Wednesday, sunshine, high around 82 degrees. Then by Thursday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 78. Friday, plenty of blue skies and sun, high around 86. Then on Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 86 degrees. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Currently, it's 70.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
And welcome back to hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW Radio. Tuesday, nice to have you with us. Open phones for the entire hour, whatever you'd like to chat about, 989-752-6111. Toll free, 866-790 WSGW. The Department of Justice raid on Mar-a-Lago continues to be very much in the news. There's a lot of speculation as to whether or not indictments will come forward against the former president, having to do with some of the paperwork that was found at Mar-a-Lago. The Trump legal team has petitioned for a special master to serve as a third-party screener of the documents. And the judge indicated she's willing to go along with that. The question is it too late? Because the Justice Department said they're already done looking at the documents. And they found a set of those documents to actually have lawyer-client protections. So the question is, by taking those documents and reading those documents, did they violate the president's right to confidentiality between himself and his attorney? Question the courts will have to answer. It's a double-edged sword. On the one hand, you have documents that were taken that probably should not have been taken because they do have client attorney privilege. On the other hand, allegedly, there were very highly classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. What were they doing there, and why did the president have them? Those questions all have to be answered. The question is, if they bring an indictment, when will they bring it, and how politically motivated will it be? Here's what I mean by that. Let's say that the Attorney General decides that he wants to pursue indictments against the former president. From a political standpoint, does he bring those indictments prior to the midterms, hoping that they will have some impact on the midterms? Or does he wait until next year when candidates are expected to announce for the presidency and bring an indictment then, ostensibly to prevent the former president from running? This is going to be a very interesting legal battle to see what happens here. Chuck is in Millington. Let's start there. Chuck, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Morning. You must be driving.
Yeah, I'm driving. Is it too bad? I should not talk? Or
No, you can talk. It's just there's traffic noise in the background.
Yeah, I got the van all closed up. But anyway, so here's the thing. You said we can talk about anything?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're doing away, I understand they're doing away with cursive writing, but here's the other thing I was thinking. When are kids coming up going to start saying, well, what time is it? And they say, well, 10:45 instead of quarter to 11. Like on an analog clock, everything's a dial, and you seem to always would say 20 after 12.
Yep, I think they're there
20
already.
minutes to 1.
Yeah.
But now it seems like they're going to do away with analog clocks. Everything's going to go digital.
Yeah, it's moving that way, and they're already there. I mean, most people say 10:45. Very few say 10:45. It's
Do you think?
yeah, and then I'm not as worried about that as I am the ability of youngsters today with smartphones to communicate without using their thumbs. So, all right. Listen, the noise is, we got you. The noise is getting pretty bad, though, so we'll let you go. Take care, Chuck. Suzanne is Susan in Bay City. Susan, good morning.
On this Mar-a-Lago raid, this really just made me so mad because, Hillary had all the email problems. Nothing happened to her. You got
Yeah, I know. Yep.
Nothing happened to her. And if you had went to Obama's house or any of the past presidents, who's to say? I bet you they had the same type of situation as President Trump did. And crying out loud, I don't think anybody's been persecuted as much as President Trump, but maybe Jesus himself.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt that the Democrats fear Trump's reelection. There's no two ways about that. It's absolutely true. And they will do anything to try and keep him from running.
They feared him being in the White House because he was going to start dismantling from the top down, which is that's why it is as bad as it is. And he knew how corrupt they were. And, my other point is I just go back to, I never forget how Governor Whitmer had us in lockdown and how her overreach ruined so many small businesses and how it hurt so many people. And, they're always going to vote. If you vote Democratic, they religiously vote party lines. So, like when Representative Kildee was on and said, well, his party wants to defund the police in Michigan. Well, guess what? He didn't believe in it, but he would vote those lines, and that's scary to me.
I don't think he would. If he were faced with a bill that said we're going to defund police in Michigan, well, first of all, it's a state issue, not a federal issue. But if he were faced with that, even on a federal level, I've known him long enough to know that one he would vote against. He would break party lines on that. There are a number of things. One of the things, it's interesting, you talk about Kildee, Senator Peters, Senator Stabenow. You can disagree with them on a majority of national issues, and I do. But when it comes to Michigan, they vote as a block for what's right for Michigan, and many times. If it's something that has to do with Michigan, that Michigan needs, they're right there. And that's why they keep getting reelected. And Whitmer, this election, and I hate to say this, but it's true, because I think most people go to the polls and they vote with their pocketbook. But here in Michigan, because of, and you can see it in the advertising, because of the abortion stance of Whitmer versus Tudor, this election is going to be a mandate on abortion. And I think that's what we're going to see here in Michigan.
Well, I just, that's all I know is I swear I used to vote for the person, and I just will never vote another Democrat as long as I live. Just the shenanigans.
Well, I'll give you a clue, Susan.
In my mouth that I just cannot even begin to eat.
Well,
the majority of them, as you say, they vote party lines.
Let me give you a clue. Never is a long time.
I understand that.
So
yeah, but
I never say never.
Yeah, and real quick on your EV
Real
cars.
quick,
My husband and I to your program, and we were laughing. We had a couple ideas when they got to the EV paint, which was a good idea, or the sunroof being a solar panel. My husband is an engineer, and he thought it would be cool if they little what are they like generators in the wheels, and so that would recharge the battery as it went. And I made him laugh, and I said, "Well, what about windmills? They could have a windmill on the front and back."
I can see us going down the road with this thing turning away. Oh yeah. Oh.
It would look like a beanie on the top of the kid's head.
Yeah, I got you. That's funny. All right.
Okay, have a good day.
You too, Susan. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye. Russ, hang on. We'll get to you after these notes on the Art Lewis Show.
How did hiring the right person become so difficult? Well, it doesn't have to be. Alpha Digital already has targeted databases built of very qualified candidates that are just looking for the right opportunity. That allows you to target exactly who you're trying to reach with a budget that is customized just for you. Learn about all the possibilities by going to alphamediadigital.com today. Find your next star employee with alphamediadigital.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why post a job on ZipRecruiter, get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Tired of companies like Google and Facebook watching everything you do online? There's actually a simple solution. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more, all for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with a push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Explore Banana Republic Factory now and enjoy 50% off everything from heritage classics to new arrivals for the season. Discover essential styles from $24.99 near a store or shop online only at Banana Republic Factory.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks opened higher today. Sell-off. Home prices rose in June, but at a slower pace. The S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller National Home Price Index rose 18% in the year ending in June, down from nearly a 20% increase in May. Twitter shares are losing ground after Tesla CEO Elon Musk notified the company he's ending the merger deal because of information revealed by the Twitter whistleblower. It's his second attempt to break up the merger. Best Buy saw business decline in its Wall Street was expecting an even larger slump. And electric truck maker Nikola says it may sell stock to raise up to $400 million to put back into the company. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
The dollar is in grave danger as Russia and China recruit more nations into their anti-dollar alliance known as BRICS. If this continues, how much longer until the dollar is worthless? Stephen K. Bannon here. I urge you to get Birch Gold's free info kit on sheltering your savings with a gold IRA. To get your free copy, text the word shelter to 989898. With inflation continuing to explode, it's critical you take action today. Text shelter to 989898 right now.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 20. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible sale prices from General Steel. That's right. Start saving money every month on renting space from others. Just call 877-25-STEEL to see how General Steel can help you save money. Our 50-year structural warranty buildings are custom designed for your needs and save you a ton of money. Call 877-25-STEEL.
Take it from a successful entrepreneur. If you need to expand or start a new business, you need General Steel.
Great team and the competitive pricing is the reason I went with General Steel.
Call 877-25-STEEL now, and you can get any of our popular quick construction structures, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building fast and easy. Call 877. That's 877-257-8335. 877-25-STEEL.
News coverage, talk shows on WSGW, the news you trust around the clock. This is CBS News.
Primary day has arrived.
This is WSGW News.
Fire crews responded to a gas leak in Midland this morning.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
Celebrity chef Alton Brown. What is his greatest tip? Read the recipe.
Oh, yes. Follow the directions.
Yeah. Art Lewis. Open phones for the remainder of the hour, whatever you'd like to chat about, 989.
It's the Farm Show with Terry Hinney.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well.
Hartley, Van Camp, and Robbins.
Unfortunately, we could do this part of news every day.
Sean Hannity.
I care about my country. I care about my family.
It's the Evening Roundup with Ann Williams.
Good evening. I'm Ann Williams. The city of Saginaw wants to hear from
Tom Sullivan.
I don't want you to forget about 1 year ago. I'm not forgetting.
The Ramsey.
Years from now, which of these decisions are we going to be glad we...
News coverage, talk shows on WSGW.
All right, we're back with you on WSGW, and Russ is up in Bay City, so he's next. Russ, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art. You ask, what about the FBI confiscating property that they had absolutely no right to do? Well, that might have been in 1950 or in 1960. This is 2022. The FBI, it has no rules. It can lie to FISA courts.
Yeah.
It can entrap idiots into thinking they're going to kidnap Governor Whitmer. They can shut their body cams off and conduct a
All right, hang on. I want to back up a minute. Go back to the Whitmer thing. Four out of 6 were convicted. 2 pleaded
what?
guilty, and the other 2 were convicted of the plot, and 2 were found innocent.
Yeah.
And 2 were found innocent. So I think the system worked.
Oh, you do?
I do. Unless you were there, you were there, and you know these
so you
guys.
think it's okay for the FBI to set the whole thing up.
How do you know that?
Morons.
How do you know that? Because you only heard it from your side.
Well, I'm not owned by the swamp.
Were you there?
I support their ideas.
Were you there?
Well, I guess
I
we
hope
can't
you weren't.
know anything unless we witnessed it firsthand, right? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's what you're saying, because you don't want to believe anything you hear. No, you don't want to believe.
What you're saying to me is
All
I
right.
can't know anything unless I witnessed it firsthand. Well,
how else would you know it?
Things I didn't witness
How
firsthand.
else would you know it, Russ?
Well, let me see. There's books. There's news report.
Right. So you choose to listen to what you want to hear, and that's how you know it.
Well, all right. Well, isn't that what we all do?
Yes.
I mean,
But we have to. Yes, but we have to admit that.
In the information that we can, I follow every news page there is.
That's good.
From ABC, CNN, Fox.
That's good.
OWN, you name it, all of them.
That's
every
good.
single
That's
one of the pages goes across my screen because I want to know everyone's opinion on it.
Good.
That's how I form my opinion.
I totally agree with that.
And no, there's not going to be any repercussion whatsoever. There was 30 of all 30 of them turned their body cams off when they raided Trump's property. Okay, that's fact. That's not opinion. Can you imagine if your local cops did such a thing? They'd be going to prison.
Well, all right.
They would be.
Yep. Okay. Gotcha.
All right.
All right.
You have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Thanks. All right. Let's talk to Lewis in Linwood. Lewis, good morning.
Morning, Art.
Morning.
You got more patience. You got more patience than I would be.
That's part of the job.
Oh God. Hey, I was wondering about those electric cars. I'm kind of interested in it. I may want maybe for a second car right now because I don't have a lot of confidence in them yet. But is there a charge now when they go into a charging station? Is there a credit card or how do they? You don't get that charge for nothing, right?
I imagine, and I don't know because I've never used one, but I imagine that charging stations put up by private companies in places like gas stations and parking lots and things like that, there probably is a charge to charge.
Yeah.
And how much it is, I don't know. Maybe somebody who has an electric car can call and tell us. I forgot to ask Tom that. I should have. But I would imagine, let's face it, nothing's for nothing. There's no free lunch.
And exactly it.
No free lunch.
Exactly. Well, okay. Well, thanks for the information.
The question I would have, though, here's the question I would have about that. Whatever I have to pay to charge that car to give me the mileage I need, is that cost equivalent to what a gasoline power car would take to run the same miles? Is it more or less? And I do not know the answer to that.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of questions, gray areas I'm concerned about yet with it too. But
me too.
I'm sure they're going to come out with it.
Oh, eventually, yeah. I mean, it's definitely the wave of the future, whether we like it or not. So here we are.
Correct.
Hey, good enough, Lewis. Thanks for calling. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Have a good one. Bye-bye now. Yeah, that is you have to make it has to be an apples to apples or oranges to oranges comparison, not apples to oranges. So, I mean, if I put in $20 worth of charge, and again, I'd have no idea what they charge. Let's pick numbers. If it cost me $20 to charge my car at one of these public charging stations, if I put $20 worth of gasoline in a petrol car, would I get the same distance or greater? In other words, which one is more cost effective to use? And since I don't know what they're charging to do a charge and how much you get out of that charge, it's hard to make the comparison. It's impossible. But if you have an electric car and you do use public charging stations, how do you do it? What does it cost you? It's an interesting question. I know a lot of dealers that have had to buy into their corporate electric programs. And let me explain what I mean by that. If you're a Ford dealer, a Chrysler dealer, you name the dealership. If you want to be selling that company's electric cars, you have to buy into their program. You have to not only spend thousands and thousands of dollars to put in charging stations, there are also thousands of dollars worth of costs for tools. And in some cases, there may be a franchise fee just to be able to sell the electric cars. And then you find out after you pay all those fees that you're limited as to how many electric cars you can sell in a year. And you can't possibly make back the money, but you're doing it for the future because you have to. It's an interesting position the dealers are in. Cody is in Saginaw. Cody, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Morning.
Hey, I just wanted to call about the electric vehicle.
Yeah.
And you were asking about charging.
Yes.
How much charging? Well, I have somebody that I know in Texas, and she bought a 2018 Nissan Leaf. And, I've been kind of following her progress and see how she likes it. She still loves it. It's been about 6 months now. And she said that they have a charging deal where they pay, she said, $25 for 6 months. I can't hardly believe that. But,
so like it's a membership fee almost?
Yeah, it's a membership fee. And she says, vehicles, they have a Honda Pilot and they have their Nissan Leaf. And when they want it charged, they don't sit there and wait for it to charge. They just take it to a charging station, leave it there, lock it up, and come back. And
so they don't have a charging station at home?
They do. They do. They prefer to do it this way. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
But they prefer to do it this way for whatever reason. I mean, if I had an electric vehicle, which is not likely like you, but I wouldn't even charge it in my garage. Would you?
I probably would, because I could do it overnight when the electric costs are low, and I'd want it topped off. I'm that way. You talk about batteries. I have a camera with a power grip that has 2 big batteries in it. This morning, while I was doing the 9 o'clock hour of the show, the 2 batteries were behind me charging up because I wanted them topped off. I like to keep my batteries topped, and I would do the same thing with an electric car. So I probably would charge at home overnight like my friend Tom does. The car's always fresh that way, and I'm ready to go. I probably wouldn't use external charging stations unless I were somewhere and had to. That's me.
Oh, yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I just thought it was interesting that they prefer to do it with their monthly thing that they pay for, and that's pretty cheap.
That is cheap.
Even if it's $25 for a whole month.
Yeah, that's cheap. That is really cheap. Especially if you can charge it every day, you know. All right.
Yeah.
Good enough, Cody. Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks. Take care.
All right. Thanks.
Gene and Mark, hang on. We'll get back to you after these notes here on the Art Lewis Show.
I know Michiganders are seeing rising prices at the gas pump, pharmacy counter, and the grocery store. This is Dave. Priority is fighting inflation. I've introduced legislation to suspend the federal gas tax, cap the cost of insulin, and lower prices at the grocery store by improving supply chains. I'll keep working with Democrats and Republicans in Congress to lower costs for you.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for Johnson's Pumpkin Farm in Saginaw. With this deal, you are getting a $50 gift certificate for only $25. You can explore the corn maze, get some cider, and don't forget about the donut. Sure by picking out the perfect pumpkin for your next jack-o'-lantern. Head over to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal. RocketGrabPlus.com.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON info.com.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-826-9895. That's 800-826-9895. 800-826-9895.
Hey guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now is the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services? What you want now. Call 800-915-8288 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. 800-915-8288.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message.
Hi, WSGW listeners. My name is Ben, which may not mean much to you unless you're a WSGW listener that I've helped, because I am Ben with RoofMax. You know, RoofMax, the safe, easy, proven, and affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. I want to thank all of you that asked me to maintain your roofs with the RoofMax treatment. I also want to tell you that I'm going to give away to a lucky homeowner a RoofMax treatment for free. You can have the chance to win by entering the Ben for RoofMax Your Roof for Free contest. Enter online at WSGW.com. The winning home must be within 30 miles of RoofMax headquarters in up to 3,000 square feet of asphalt-based shingles. The winning home must also meet the criteria for a RoofMax treatment, or an alternate winner will be drawn. Complete rules are available when you enter the contest. I'm Ben saying good luck playing the Ben will RoofMax Your Roof for Free contest. Enter online at WSGW.com.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center Studios, you are listening to 100.5 and 790 WSGW.
Yeah, we're back with you here at WSGW, and Gene is in Bay City. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
I wanted to point out some things about Malargo's situation. Those papers, the phones where you can make copies of anything just with your little phone. They have housekeepers, I'm sure, and cooks and handymen, and then he probably has foreign visitors stay at his place that he's friends with from time to time. We don't know if somebody has taken pictures and has copies of some of that information. Say Russia or China or any other country would pay a huge amount of money for that information. And you can't help but wonder and worry if maybe somebody doesn't have copies of that stuff.
Well, you can wonder, but from what I understand, the classified stuff was locked up.
Well, there's a lot of things that have been locked up that people have gotten into.
Could be a spy inside the CIA that does the same thing, couldn't there? There have been.
Right. Well, the other thing, why did he want all that private information?
That I don't know. That I can't begin to tell you. That would be pure speculation on my part, and I have absolutely no idea why he or anyone would want that stuff. I wouldn't want it around.
Well, the thing, I think, if Trump runs for president again, which I'm sure he will if he can, and he loses again, he's a very vengeful person. If he thinks somebody's done him wrong, he has to get even. That's his nature. And him having all that information, if he still had it, that would be very dangerous.
Yeah, that's always a possibility.
One bad thing about him is he's very vengeful, and he wants his followers to be vengeful. And that's my one friend, her and I had a discussion. She says, "Oh, he's a very godly man." Well, I believe he's godly when he gets some votes, and the rest of the time he's not.
Oh, he's a politician.
Absolutely.
They're all like that, aren't they?
Not all. Most probably.
You know what they are? They're godly of convenience. And let me explain what I mean by that.
I know what you mean.
They can choose to pick and choose which parts of their religion they want to follow, because there are a lot of Democrats who are Catholic that are pro-choice. That doesn't fit with the religion, does it?
Well, with Pence.
No, wait.
Pence is pretty much truly religious most of the time.
Yeah, but I'm saying many politicians aren't.
I know. Well, anyhow, when Pence would have meetings in his office, after the meetings, he would say a prayer that their decisions were godly decisions. So he was, having prayers all the time, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And Trump was making fun of that. Okay. And that was not a good thing.
Yep.
And
all right. We got it.
Well, I hate to see what is going to happen if he runs again and loses again.
Well,
and
the Democrats hate to see what would happen if he runs again and he wins. So
vengeance,
I understand that.
Bible, vengeance belongs to the Lord.
All right.
And people are supposed to be vengeful
I got it.
against other people.
All right.
Thanks
Good enough,
for
Gene.
listening.
Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Gail, hang on, and we'll be right back to get with you.
Hi, this is Jessica. It's time to check out United Financial Credit Union and experience the credit union difference. From youth accounts to retirement accounts, we can help you with all of your financial needs. Here at United Financial Credit Union, we've been committed to our communities since 1964 and strive to provide long-term financial stability to our members and their families. Whether you need a loan or are looking for a safe place for your savings, you will always be treated as our top priority. Not a member? Why not? It's never been easier to open an account. It's time for you to check out your local friendly credit union and see how we will put you first.
Must meet eligibility requirements, federally insured by the NCUA.
We're where you work, where you live. United Financial Credit Union. Serving the Valley community.
The dollar is in grave danger as Russia and China recruit more nations into their anti-dollar alliance known as BRICS. If this continues, how much longer until the dollar is worthless? Stephen K. Bannon here. I urge you to get Birch Gold's free info kit on safeguarding your savings into a gold IRA. To get your free copy, text the word safeguard to 989898. With inflation continuing, critical you take action today. Text safeguard to 989898 right now.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for Johnson's Pumpkin Farm in Saginaw. With this deal, you are getting a $50 gift certificate for only $25. You can explore the corn maze, get some cider, and don't forget about the donuts. Get ready for Halloween this year by picking out the perfect pumpkin for your next jack-o'-lantern. Head over to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited. Didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies, hey, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Tom Sullivan, weeknights at 7 on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, back to our phones now. Gail is in Bay City. Gail, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Art.
Morning.
Hey, I was just the electric vehicles, and I was kind of laid up here recently, and I was looking at some YouTube videos. My husband and I always talk about what about electric trucks and pulling a trailer.
Yeah.
And what it does. So there was this really interesting video to watch where they took a hybrid Ford and a electric pickup, and they pulled the same weight trailer, and then they compared costs. You were just talking about whether the cost would be the same. The hybrid pulled totally in the gas version. It didn't switch over. And the electric vehicle had a range of 300. Trailer was hooked on. It was like, I think it was around 7,600 pounds. The range went down to about 90 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was interesting. So they ran the same course on the expressway. It was between Colorado and Wyoming. And, you know, you have to gun it to get on at 70 miles an hour, yada, yada, all this stuff to try to keep it as
realistic.
The same.
Yep.
The cost came out to be like a $4 difference.
Really?
But the EV lost so much range that they gassed up the truck with premium gas too, just to try to make it fair. But the whole how long it needed to charge to get back up to this
Yep.
85% threshold, and it would be hours. Where if you're gassing up your truck, you're talking, you're going to make a pit stop for what,
Yep.
15 minutes?
Yeah,
So,
and that's because you want to do it.
yeah. And so, like, when we travel, we like to, if we're going south or something, we like to travel for 12 to 14 hours or something. And you wouldn't be able to do that with electric vehicle.
No.
But it was interesting that the cost was within $4, but it's the time that it takes to charge the vehicle is just ridiculous.
Yeah. And they put premium gas in the truck. And if the truck didn't need premium gas, they wasted that money anyway.
Right. And I think they just tried to say, oh, you didn't use premium. This truck would need that because it's hybrid, yada, yada. So that's why they did it. But there's a lot of videos out there that compare vehicles to other vehicles in these tests, and they try to keep it pretty, the same driving conditions. And
Interesting.
so if people are interested in that, but they never talk about how long it's going to take to charge a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Or the one problem they did have, they pulled in with the trailer on, and these charging stations are set up for just pulling straight in.
Yeah, what do you do with the trailer?
Yeah, what do you do with the trailer? Do you have to unload the trailer somewhere, lock it up? I can hook up the trailer.
Things you don't think about.
Yep, pretty interesting stuff.
Good enough. Gail, I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. Thank
Have
you.
a good one. Take care. Bye-bye now. And Charlie is in Bay City. Charlie, good morning.
Hi, Art.
Hi.
I'd like to talk about electric vehicles.
Sure.
And the invisible hand of the free market. And it was subsidies, and I believe, and there are many economists that would agree, that subsidies actually have an adverse effect on the development that is so much needed for electric vehicles.
Why would it have an adverse
with a free market?
Oh, well, yeah, but here's the thing.
Because it distorts the market.
Yeah, well,
and you
yes.
never know what the cost is.
But I would probably disagree with the fact that it slows down development, because these companies, they count on that development to sell those vehicles, and they know that the subsidies aren't forever. I suspect that the research and the development is not impacted by subsidies as much as the actual sales of the vehicle.
It actually has an adverse effect. It retards the development that is needed.
Somebody would have to explain why. Why would a company which is going to depend on these electrical vehicles in the future, why would they slow down their development on a product that they see as a profit maker in the future?
Well, they wouldn't intentionally do it. It just does it. Another problem is
but that's a company choice.
These are illegal.
Well, we'll get back to that. The slowing down research is a company choice, not a government choice.
Yeah, no, it's part of that's what happens in the market when you subsidize something. You distort the real cost.
Well, that you do, but that does not answer the question of why a profit-driven company would decide not to do the research to enhance their ability to make a profit down the road. I disagree with.
But they should pay for it themselves, not take the taxpayers' money and say, we're going to invest this for you.
That's fine, but why does that distort the ability to do research? You have that. That's the question you brought up. I haven't got an answer to. No, I understand why it might affect other things. Well, but that doesn't impact research that a company's doing. Do you think General Motors is doing less research on electric vehicles because there's a $7,500 rebate out there? I don't think so.
Well, now you're talking about the tax cut. A tax cut is not a subsidy.
Well, if you're talking about a subsidy of providing money to do the research to companies, I understand what you're saying, but
charging stations and all kinds of things, all kinds of subsidies.
None of that impacts.
Artificially lower the cost.
But it doesn't impact the research. That's where I keep going back to. Yeah, I understand what you're saying about some sides of it, but I do not understand how that would impact research when a company is designing its future around these vehicles.
It does. And
well, I don't accept that. That's you and I will disagree on that.
Another thing that happens is it precludes the development of energies know about. We don't even know about it. And if we get institutionalized in one form of energy or another, we're stuck with it.
Well, all right, you and I are going to have to disagree on something because I don't think these for-profit companies are going to pull in the horns because of subsidies. Yeah. Their future depends on it, and there's constant research for new forms of batteries, and I don't see subsidies changing that. Charlie, I got to run because I'm out of time. We'll talk about this again, though. Let's call again, and we'll continue the discussion. Here on the Art Lewis Show, we're going to wrap it up after these notes.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do, but you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh & Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Update your home with Cedar Creek Vinyl Siding at Menards. Cedar Creek Siding is a beautiful and low-maintenance. There's a rustic wood grain texture. It's available in double 4-inch or double 4-inch Dutch lap and in 16 color options. All Cedar Creek Vinyl Siding is 11% off. Good through September 5th. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax. The Fresh Start Initiative, and their clients that qualify are saving thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation. Call 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions. TaxRelief.com.
All right, that puts another edition of the Art Lewis Show to bed for this Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, to do it again. Focus is coming up after the news, and on Focus today, we'll focus on cancer screening in McLaren Bay Region. We'll have a special guest. But the news is next from CBS and the local report here on WSGW. I'll be back right out of that with Focus.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by General Steel.
I'm Steve Kathan. The flood crisis in the Jackson, Mississippi area has gone from bad to worse.
The water is not safe to drink, and I'd even say it's not safe to brush your teeth with.
State health official Dr. Daniel Edney says that's because the floodwater compromised a major water treatment plant affecting nearly 200,000 people.
We can no longer flush the toilets, which is impacting individual sanitation and certainly in our educational facilities, which is going to impact the ability of our students to be attending school.
Bottled water is now being distributed throughout the area. UN Chief Antonio Gutierrez is calling on the world to help flood-ravaged Pakistan.
The climate catastrophe has killed more than 1,000 people with many more injuries. Millions are homeless. Schools and those facilities have been destroyed.
About a third of the country is underwater because of relentless monsoons. Tells us there's new anger now in a city that suffered a mass shooting.
Many Uvalde, Texas parents are furious that officers who responded to the Robb Elementary School shooting May 24th will be used to guard schools the upcoming school year. Diana Oviedo Carew told school board members,
"Those were the people that failed us. They didn't protect the children or the staff."
School board members have pleaded for patience with the legal process they say they started by firing school police chief Pete Arredondo.
In a new government filing, Tesla's Elon Musk cites information from a whistleblower as additional reasoning to back out of his bid to buy Twitter. That former exec raised security concerns. Twitter calls the Musk effort now invalid and wrongful. White House correspondent Stephen Portnoy tells us President Biden is taking his midterm election themes on the road.
The White House says in Wilkes-Barre the president will say it's his aim to fund police, while Republicans are proposing to defund the FBI in the wake of the Mar-a-Lago. Those who assaulted officers at the Capitol on January 6th. Aides say Mr. Biden will call the GOP agenda extreme and a threat to the rule of law.
A sea of celebrities on hand last night in New York at the U.S. Open to pay tribute to Serena Williams.
Yeah, I've been pretty vague about it, right? Yeah. I'm going to stay vague because you never know.
Well, she won her first-round match in what's expected to be her tennis finale.
It's time for me, to evolve to the next thing. I think it's important because there's so many other things that I want to do.
Williams indicates she wants to add to her family and spend more time on business interests. Her next match at the Open is tomorrow. Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 291 points, S&P down 45. This is CBS News.
If you're a business owner renting or leasing, you can save a ton of money and own a custom-designed building made by General Steel. Just call 877-25-STEEL and get a quote today.
GrabPlus.com.
Summer is here, the perfect time to save some money. Why would you pay full price when you know that you can save at RocketGrabPlus.com? You can check out all of our deals going on right now from Tri-City Motor Speedway, One-Up Games and Repairs, JB's Market in Munger, Norrie's of Auburn, Daylight Outfitters, and more. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Ad paid for by USA Veteran Law Group. Attention Marines, if you or a loved one lived or worked at Camp Lejeune for more than 30 days between 1953 and 1988, you were exposed to drinking water contaminated with benzene and other highly carcinogenic chemicals, causing those exposed to develop devastating health conditions. You may qualify for significant compensation if you have been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, bladder, kidney, or liver cancer, or other serious health conditions. Get justice at 866-463-0001 or visit usaveteranlawgroup.com.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Partly sunny skies and 72 degrees at 11:05. Good morning, I'm Mike Kirchhoff. The Michigan State Police Crime Lab is on the scene of a homicide reported near 12th and Ansley Streets in Saginaw. Again, that's the Michigan State Police Crime Lab on the scene of a reported homicide near 12th and Ansley Streets. Please avoid that area while the police are on the scene. Bay City Bridge Partners had some delays while working on the Liberty Bridge over the summer. Supply chain issues have been the main reason for the delays, holding up key mechanical components to the Bascule Bridge, especially along the southern lanes of the bridge. Bay City Bridge Partners General Manager of Operations, Lynn Pavlak, says despite the setbacks, milestones in the bridge's reconstruction have been met.
One of the key ones that many of you may have seen last week was the testing of the east side bascule. We were testing the mechanical and electrical components. We have pivoted and are doing a lot of work on the northern lanes. So we are still on track for substantial completion of the project.
Pavlok says with safety being the most important factor in working on the bridge, the project should be completed by the end of the year. The Bay County Sheriff's Department has provided additional information about an officer-involved shooting that occurred Sunday in Bangor Township. Police were dispatched to the Bangor Downs townhouses around 3:25 a.m. for a report of shots fired in an apartment. When they arrived, they found a 27-year-old woman had been shot to death and an 18-year-old Midland man still at the residence. Police say the man threatened deputies with a handgun. One deputy shot the suspect, then rendered medical aid. However, the suspect died of his injuries at a local hospital. Were injured in the incident. The deputy who shot the suspect has been placed on administrative leave as per department regulations. The Michigan State Police are handling that investigation. WSGW News Time 11:07.
They say if you listen hard enough, you can hear the corn grow. It's true. When you're out in the field, you understand its challenges and what it needs to thrive. Channel Seedsmen bring insights from the field to our team of Bayer plant breeders. Their knowledge inspires our product development. From your best ground to your most challenging conditions, our products are designed to perform in your fields. Visit channellistens.com to see our latest innovations. Always read and follow IRM where applicable, grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
Choose the proven performance of the Roundup Ready Extend crop system, featuring high-yielding Extend Flex soybeans and the exceptional weed control of XtendiMax herbicide with Vapor Grip technology. Elite genetics, triple herbicide tolerance, flexibility that delivers results. Back innovation. That's the Roundup Ready Extend crop system, the system of choice. XtendiMax is a restricted use pesticide. Always follow stewardship practices, all pesticide label directions, and check with your state pesticide regulatory agency for specific restrictions in your state.
WSGW News Time 11:08. The weather forecast is coming up next. One of the first black women hired as a professor at the University of Michigan is suing the school. Law professor Laura Bainey is suing the university, its law school, and a law school dean, alleging a systemic racism, gender bias, and retaliation. U of M calls the claims meritless. Bainey, who was at the university for 19 years, alleges Dean Mark West threatened to break her brother's neck, commented on her appearance, and falsely accused her of bringing a gun to campus. Bainey says the incidents forced her to take a medical leave of absence due to psychological distress. West demoted her during her leave. Recent trends indicate to buy a house before the end of the year. Now is a good time to do so. Here's Michigan News Network's Tony Ortiz.
Reason number one is that home interest rates have leveled off and have started to move downward, which could make it less expensive for those who are in the market for a new home. In addition, overall home prices and values have also started to cool off, which also adds to the affordability factor for home buyers. Here's Hall Financial founder and CEO David Hall.
Over the last 3 years, homeowners have gotten such unbelievable appreciation on their home, really unprecedented amounts of appreciation. And I think that the cooling off of that appreciation is very natural and very good for the housing market in general.
All of this, according to Hall, also means that buyers now have more leverage when they go to buy a home than they did just 12 months ago, when it was definitely a seller's market.
When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 11:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. We'll see a few spotty showers and thunderstorms possible late today. Otherwise, a blend of clouds and sunshine develops, a high around 80 degrees. Winds out of the west around 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 25. Then for tonight, mostly clear skies, a low around 58. Wednesday, sunshine, high around 82 degrees. Then by Thursday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 78. Friday, plenty of blue skies and sun, high around 86. Then on Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 86 degrees. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW weatherology forecast.
Currently, it's 71.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
And a good morning and welcome to another edition of Focus on WSGW, brought to you by RoofMax, the safe, proven, and affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Find out about RoofMax online at roofmax.com. GetRoofMax.com, I should say. GetRoofMax.com. Or call Ben at 989-859-6751. That's RoofMax with 2 X's. Today, we're going to learn about low-dose CT lung cancer screening, and we're going to do that from the Director of Ancillary Services at McLaren Bay Region. We say good morning to Erica Armbruster. Erica, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Thanks for joining us today. Let's talk first of all about low-dose CD lung cancer screening. How is this different than any other radiation that we go in for?
Yeah, so a low-dose lung cancer screening is just CT images of your lungs, and we use a protocol that offers significantly lower amounts of radiation than standard CT scans. So this is really important for current and former smokers because they have a much higher risk of developing lung cancer than non-smokers. In the United States, lung cancer is the leading cause of death. It's more than prostate, breast, and colon cancers combined. But early detection in its earliest stages means that treatment can begin earlier. Early treatment gives you the best chance at longer survival and successful treatment.
Let me ask a question, because you mentioned smokers, of course, and we understand that. What about the non-smoker in a house? Should they get CT screening?
Well, there are some eligibility criteria that you have to meet for a lung cancer screening. You do have to be between the ages of 55 and 77. You can't have any signs or symptoms of lung cancer. And you do have to be a current smoker or a former heavy smoker who has quit within the past 15 years. Also have a 30-plus pack year tobacco smoking history and not had a CT of your chest in the last 12 months.
So not having one in the last 12 months, does that mean someone who qualifies should have one every 12 months?
Absolutely. Like I said, early detection is key. So every 12 months is ideal.
All right. So you mentioned a pack year. What is a pack year and why is it important?
Yeah, so a pack year is a term that we use to describe how many cigarettes you've smoked in your lifetime. So typically a pack encompasses 20 cigarettes. So if you've smoked a pack a day for the last 20 years or 2 packs a day for the last 10 years, you have a 20-pack history. So in other words, pack years is a way to measure your smoking exposure, taking into account how much you've smoked.
So what I have to ask is, what does a CT scan, this low-dose CT lung scan, look for? What do you see when you do a low-dose scan?
Pretty much everything you see in a normal CT scan. What we're looking for is nodules in your lungs. And like you said, having that year after year, you can see if those nodules have grown in size or they've dispersed or they're gone in its entirety. So it helps you track and trend and gauge where that person's at.
And I'm going to ask this question outside of the CT scanning. I don't know, you may not have an answer, but how treatable is lung cancer once you find it?
Well, it really depends on where you're at in the stage of lung cancer. Like we said, if you catch it early, you have a better chance at survival and more successful treatment plans.
The qualifications revolve pretty much around smokers. If non-smokers wanted a low-cost CT scan, could they get one?
No, they would have to qualify for a regular CT scan of their lungs.
Which is the normal dose. And what's the difference to my body between the low dose and the high dose or the regular dose?
Well, it depends on how frequently you have them. So if you're just having a regular dose once a year or, as symptoms present, then It's normal exposure. You just don't necessarily want to have repeated scans if unnecessary.
All right. I got to take a break. Hang on, Erica. We'll be right back with you. Talk more about low dose screening, costs, and smoking, and all of those good things when we return here on the Art Lewis Show and Focus.
Thursday and Friday, September 8th and 9th, Voice Inc. invites you to join them at Johnson's Pumpkin Farm for the 2022 Grape Escape. Sample local Michigan wines and meads paired with cheese. This company while you traipse through a 13-acre corn maze. Performances by Marsupial Cream Pie and Melissa May and Brian Coonan. Enjoy wines at the Cash Bar and feast on selections from our concession stand. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit the-grape-escape.org. This event is a fundraiser for Voice Inc. of Michigan.
And now, bedtime. If sleep apnea and CPAP struggles are ruining your sleep, Inspire may work for you. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to help you sleep peacefully. No mask. Sleep. Learn more at inspiresleep.com.
Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Hey guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now is the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-915-8288 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. 800-915-8288.
Reasons to switch to Verizon, the network America relies on.
For real?
Yep, for real. Turn in your old phone and get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 free with select 5G unlimited plans.
Definitely switching.
Totally. Everybody's switching to the network America relies on. Verizon. 5G ultra wideband available in select areas. $999.99 device payment purchase with new smartphone line on select 5G unlimited plans required. $200 Verizon e-gift card with Ford. Less $800 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. 0% APR. Trading conditions apply.
You have the chance to win $1,000 and $1,000 for your favorite school or charity. It's the WSGW Back to School Contest. WSGW.com and click on the Back to School Contest box. You can enter up to once per day with bonus entry opportunities too. Deadline to enter is August 31st. Winner determined by random drawing. $1,000 for you and $1,000 for your favorite school or charity. The Back to School Contest at WSGW.com.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
WSGW online poll, football 2022. The college and pro season's ready to kick off. Michigan spectacular last season, winning the Big Ten championship, finishing 12-2. Michigan State impressive, winning the Peach Bowl, finishing 11-2. Lions? Two playoff teams later in the year, Green Bay and Atlanta. Can Michigan and Michigan State continue great, gutsy, gridiron play? Will the Lions' appearance on HBO's Hard Knocks become hardcore football? Poll question, what team do you predict to win the most games this season? Wolverines, Spartans, Lions, all three will tie? Or you could choose the Wolverines and Spartans, the Wolverines and Lions, or the Spartans Lions. Make your choice by going to WSGW.com, scrolling on the homepage, clicking on the poll box, and making your vote.
You would always think, hey, the Lions play more games, right?
Yeah, never in all the years that we have done this poll.
Could that change?
Could this be the year?
The Morning Team Show, weekdays 5:30 till 9 on WS. The WSGW Broadcasting Studios are sponsored by the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center in Midland.
And we are back with you here on Focus on WSGW. We're talking to Erica Armbruster. She's the Director of Ancillary Services at McLaren Bay Region. We're talking about low-dose CT screening, lung cancer screening. Let's talk about the costs and scheduling for these tests. First of all, is there a cost? There must be, obviously. Who pays for it?
Most insurances do cover the low-cost or low-dose lung cancer screening. It is covered by Medicare and most private insurance, but we encourage you to check with your insurance provider just to see if they cover the cost of the test before you schedule.
And do I call you and say I want one, or do I have to be referred by my doctor, for example?
Yeah, you have to see your doctor. You have to go through some decision-making processes. So you require an order, and to obtain that order, you speak with your doctor about potential risks, benefits, any further workup that might be required, treatment alternatives, and then the annual follow-up as a result of the low-dose lung cancer screening.
All right, so this low-dose CT screening is after the effect. How do we prevent the lung cancer? For example, smoking is to be, the major cause. It's been found to be the major cause of lung cancer. What do you do to prevent smoking up front?
Yeah, so McLaren offers some programs for this. We offer a program that's called the American Cancer Society Fresh Start Smoking Cessation Program. And this program really is designed to help participants stop smoking by providing some of the essential, so skills with coping with cravings and group support. We also focus some of our education on e-cigarettes.
Glad you brought those up. Are you finding as much lung damage from e-cigarettes as from the regular stuff out of the pack?
I think it's still a bit of a new phenomenon, so I think time will tell on that.
So if somebody wants to participate in the Stop Smoking seminars, when are the next sessions? When are you going to do these?
Yeah, so our next session is November 3rd and 17th, and this is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at our Center for Rehabilitation, which is located at McLaren Bay Region's West Campus. That's right off of Midland Road. The cost for the 2 class sessions, $25, and the program is facilitated by a respiratory therapist. So if anyone's interested in signing up for that program, they can call toll-free to the 1-877-411-2762. That was 877-411-2762. Or register online at mclaren.org/Bay Seminar.
All right, so we've talked a lot about smoking and low-dose CT scanning. Let's talk about other cancers and prevention events that we should know about at McLaren.
Yeah, so we have a free breast cancer screening, and that's scheduled for Thursday, October 20th from 2 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., and that's at our Bay Diagnostic Center, which is located at the McLaren Health Pavilion. So this screening includes a digital mammogram, and it's encouraged for women 40 years and older who have not had a mammogram in the past 12 months and have no health insurance. We also have 2 free prostate cancer screenings in Bay City, and that's on Thursday, September 22nd from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., and that's at the Karmanos Cancer Institute. Then the second one's up in West Branch, and that's on Tuesday, September 27th from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., and that's at our McLaren West Branch facility. The PSA test is recommended for men 50 years and older or for men 40 to 49 who are at high risk for developing prostate cancer. And that's really just a simple blood test screening that measures the presence of the prostate-specific antigen, PSA, that's circulating in your blood. And registration is required for both of those screenings, and you can call that same toll-free number, 1-877-411-2762, or log on to mclaren.org/Bay Region.
So would that be the place to go to get more general information about cancer and cancer screenings?
It sure would.
And what's that address again, that URL?
It is mclaren.org/Bay Region.
And if somebody has other questions, who would they call?
They can call that toll-free number, and it'll connect them to the resource that can get them in the right direction.
Well, Erica, I want to thank you for spending a little time with us this morning and talking about the low-dose CT scans. It's important that everyone take advantage of them if they qualify, and we're glad to know about it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.
You.
Eric Armbruster from McLaren Bay Region on the low-dose CT scans, particularly for those who smoke. If you qualify and your insurance or Medicare will pay for it, get one. Don't wait. Take our last break and be back to close out on this Tuesday morning.
Hi, I'm Tom Kreitler, host of the Money Pit Home Improvement Show. If you think you need a new roof, think a replacement and save thousands with Roof Max. the world's first roof rejuvenation treatment. Roof Max is a safe, easy, and affordable alternative to costly asphalt roof replacement, and it's guaranteed. So don't replace Roof Max.
Roof Max, a safe, easy, proven, affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Call Ben today at 859-6751 or go to GetRoofMax.com for a free quote.
Summer may be winding down, but you can still get some of the hottest deals right now at the Maytag store during their Labor Day sale. The Maytag store has the great American-made appliances you know and love from GE, Amana, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Whirlpool. They have product in stock and ready to be delivered and installed installers, and they don't stop there. They service the appliances they sell with an in-house parts and service team dedicated to working for you. You'll find so many amazing summer deals at the Maytag store. They've got the best of the season deal for a GE stainless steel kitchen package featuring a 27 cubic foot French door refrigerator, an air fryer range, a hidden control dishwasher, and an over-the-range microwave. All of that for just $29.99.